Hello, and welcome to Star Wars Heroes. I'm Anthony Daniels, and if you don't recognize me, maybe this'll jog your memory. Did you hear that? They shut down the main reactor. It'll be destroyed for sure. Star Wars has been an incredible 30-year experience, not just for the fans, but for those of us involved in the films and in the fantasy. As the epic 6-film saga comes to an end, all the plot threads will finally come together in Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. But come with me now, through the who's who in Star Wars. All the greatest and most memorable characters in the galaxy. Courageous pilots, honorable Jedi, strange aliens, handsome, charming and witty protocol droids. Faces old and new. They're all here in this special DVD. So, if you're about to spontaneously combust with anticipation as Revenge of the Sith blasts into cinemas in May, let's travel back to a galaxy far, far away, a long time ago, as we look at the rebels, the robots, the Jedis of the soon-to-be-concluded Star Wars saga.
For you, Obi-Wan. We meet again at last. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.
Only a master of evil, Darth.
A Jedi Knight through and through, Obi-Wan has the distinction of tutoring two of the greatest Jedis of all time. Anakin Skywalker.
Patience. Use the Force. Think. Sorry, Master.
And his son, Luke.
Remember, a Jedi can feel the Force flowing through him.
Not to mention setting the two of them on a path to a confrontation that forges the future of the galaxy.
If you choose to face Vader, you will do it alone. I cannot interfere.
Something happens to Anakin that turns him against his former master and twists him to the dark side of the Force.
It's all Obi-Wan's fault. He's jealous. He's holding me back.
Driving Obi-Wan into exile on the desert planet Tatooine. What is it? It's one of the big secrets of Episode 3, so you'll have to wait and see.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's a name I've not heard in a long time.
I think my uncle knows him. He said he was dead.
Oh, he's not dead. Not yet.
Well, you know him.
Well, of course I know him. He's me. I haven't gone by the name of Obi-Wan since before you were born.
Brave of you, boy. But I would have thought you had learned your lesson.
I am a slow learner.
Born into slavery on Tatooine, Anakin Skywalker grew up to be the greatest Jedi in the universe. His potential was recognized by Qui-Gon Jinn.
Has anybody ever seen a pod race?
They're pod racing on Malastare. Very fast, very dangerous.
I'm the only human who can do it.
You must have Jedi reflexes if you race pods. Don't do that again.
And Obi-Wan Kenobi taught him the ways of the Force. But even as a Padawan student, young Skywalker allowed his emotions to cloud his judgment. Not just his love for the young Padme Amidala, but fear and anger over his mother's death.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
Just how much suffering that is, we'll find out in Episode 3 as Anakin falls to the dark side of the Force, and the galaxy can never be the same again.
You're not all-powerful.
Well, I should be. Someday I will be. I will be the most powerful Jedi ever.
It's a great pleasure to see you again, my lady.
It has been far too long, Master Kenobi.
Former queen and senator of the planet Naboo, Padme is a young woman with great courage and strength of mind, which she uses to protect her planet from the power struggles that will consume the Galactic Senate and the Trade Federation. But no matter how strong, she cannot protect the galaxy from the evil ambitions of Senator Palpatine. Padme falls in love with the young Jedi Anakin, but she fails to understand his heart, and that will cause her downfall.
We could keep it a secret.
We'd be living a lie. One we couldn't keep even if we wanted to. I couldn't do that.
In Episode 3, we will discover her fate and the fate of her twin children, Luke and Leia.
You really don't like politicians, do you?
I like 2 or 3. But I'm not really sure about one of them.
The hero of Episodes 4, 5, and 6, Luke Skywalker, is a fairy tale hero in a science fiction universe.
I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you.
He's an orphan farm boy who discovers his mother was a royal, his father is an evil tyrant, and that he alone can save the galaxy.
I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like my father.
Forget the special effects and the daring deeds. It's Luke's wide-eyed, pure-hearted innocence, his bravery, and the universal appeal of his adventure that draws people back time and time again to the Star Wars saga.
I'll never join you!
If you only knew the power of the dark side. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No. I am your father.
Leia is Luke's twin sister. Adopted by Senator Bail Organa, she was raised as a princess and became a leader of the rebellion.
Princess Leia, before your execution, I would like you to be my guest at a ceremony that will make this battle station operational. No star system will dare oppose the Emperor now.
The more you tighten your grip, Tarkin, the more star systems will slip through your fingers.
Even though Leia is imprisoned at the start of Episode 4, she refuses to give in to the evil Darth Vader and reveal the location of the hidden rebel base. Clever enough to hide the secret technical readouts of the Death Star in her trusty R2 unit, she plays a key role in the destruction of the battle station, keeping hope for the rebellion alive.
Don't move!
I love you.
I know.
Hands up! Stand up!
Her haircut never caught on, but the metal bikini forced on her by Jabba the Hutt has fueled the fantasies of a generation and spawned thousands of imitators. The pretty princess also falls for another of our heroes. Han Solo is a two-fisted rogue drawn into the rebellion by 3 things: always being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
You know, sometimes I amaze even myself.
That doesn't sound too hard.
His eye for a pretty princess.
Afraid I was gonna leave without giving you a goodbye kiss?
I just assumed he's a Wookiee.
I can arrange that.
And the growing camaraderie with the young Jedi Luke Skywalker.
Sir, Commander Skywalker hasn't come in the south entrance. He might have forgotten to check in.
Not likely. Are the speeders ready?
Not yet. We're having some trouble adapting them to the code.
We'll have to go out on tauntaun.
Sir, the temperature's dropping too rapidly.
That's right. My friend's out in it.
I'll cover Sector 12.
Your tauntaun will freeze before you reach the first marker.
Then I'll see you in hell.
He's a reckless, unpredictable, overconfident gambler, yet proves to be the most reluctant of heroes with his loyalty second to none.
Marching into the detention area is not what I had in mind.
But they're gonna kill her!
Better her than me.
Deep down, he's a man of honor, and the rebellion could never succeed without him.
This whole party will be for nothing if they see us.
Julie and I'll take care of this. You stay here. Quietly. There might be more of them out there. Hey, it's me.
Han Solo's trusty companion, Chewbacca, has incredible strength.
My team's ready. I don't have a command crew for the shuttle. it's going to be rough, pal. I didn't want to speak for you.
He's a gifted mechanic, excellent co-pilot, crack-shot gunner. He's also rather handy with a bowcaster, a traditional Wookiee weapon. Chewbacca, or Chewie as he's affectionately known, is the best wingman a human could wish for. Oh, and if you ever get into a game of chess with him, my advice is, let the Wookiee win.
You made a fair move. Screaming about it can't help you.
Let him have it. It's not wise to upset a Wookiee.
But, sir, nobody worries about upsetting a droid.
That's because a droid don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose. Wookiees are known to do that.
You got a lot of guts coming here. After what you pulled. How you doing, you old pirate?
A sophisticated rogue, Lando Calrissian enjoyed a friendly rivalry with Han Solo. He was the original owner of the Millennium Falcon, which Han won from him in a game of Sabacc. But the Falcon isn't the only point of conflict between the two ex-smugglers, as Lando takes an immediate fancy to Princess Leia.
Hello, what have we here?
Having tricked Han into a trap, resulting in his delivery to Jabba the Hutt, frozen in carbonite.
I had no choice. They arrived right before you did. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, too.
Lando eventually redeems himself by helping Han and Luke and Leia escape from the pit of Carkoon. And later, he flies his beloved Falcon deep into the heart of the second Death Star, blowing up its main reactor and ending its reign of fear.
I take Anakin as my Padawan learner.
An apprentice you have, Qui-Gon. Impossible to take out a second.
The code forbids it.
Qui-Gon Jinn was the maverick Jedi Master who discovered the young Anakin Skywalker, recognized his potential ability, and tried to persuade the Jedi Council to train the boy.
He is the chosen one. You must see it.
Clouded this boy's future is.
Though a strong warrior and a skilled Jedi, Qui-Gon preferred to trust instinct over meditation and was often impulsive, a flaw that led to his death at the hands of Darth Maul.
The boy has exceptional skills.
But he still has much to learn, Master. His abilities have made him, well, arrogant.
Yes, yes. A flaw more and more common among Jedi.
Remember, Obi-Wan, if the prophecy is true, your apprentice is the only one who can bring the Force back into balance.
Mace Windu is one of the most respected members of the Jedi High Council, a natural diplomat, often cautious. He believes the Jedi should be a force for peace in the galaxy. Windu tried to persuade the Jedi Council not to train Anakin.
He is to be trained then?
No, he will not be trained.
No.
He is too old.
He realized that a new Sith Lord must be behind the violent uprisings across the universe. And when the Clone Wars erupted on Geonosis, he put aside his diplomatic nature and joined the battle for justice like a true Jedi Knight.
May I suggest the Senator be placed under the protection of your graces?
You really think that's a wise decision under these stressful times?
Head of the royal family of Alderaan and a member of the Galactic Senate, Bail Organa was one of the first to understand Chancellor Palpatine's greed for power and the depth of his cunning. He fought alongside Obi-Wan Kenobi during the Clone Wars.
General Kenobi, years ago you served my father in the Clone Wars. Now he begs you to help him in his struggle against the Empire.
And when the rebels needed to hide Padme's twins from Palpatine's newly formed empire, Bail Organa adopted Leia, making her a princess and removing her from danger, for the time being.
I regret that I am unable to present my father's request to you in person, but my ship has fallen under attack, and I'm afraid my mission to bring you to Alderaan has failed.
I'm looking for a Jedi Master.
Jedi Master? Yoda. You seek Yoda.
You know him?
Take it to him, I will.
Yoda is the consummate Jedi. 900 years old, he is wise and just in all matters.
When 900 years old you reach, look as good you will not.
His position on the Jedi Council allows him to put his wisdom to the best use.
What is it?
Pain, suffering, death, I feel. Something terrible has happened. Young Skywalker is in pain, terrible pain.
Despite his age, he can still pull out the fighting moves, and he played a crucial role in the first battle of the Clone Wars on the planet Geonosis against Count Dooku.
Much to learn you still have.
It is obvious that this contest cannot be decided by our knowledge of the Force, but by our skills with a lightsaber.
When the Republic becomes the Empire, which we'll see in Episode 3, Yoda flees into exile on the swamp planet Dagobah, where he will wait patiently for the Force to bring him a new hope.
I feel like...
Be like what?
Like we're being watched.
Away with your weapon! I mean you no harm. I am wondering, why are you here?
I'm looking for someone.
Looking? Found someone you have, I would say.
Well, my little friend, got something jammed in here real good. Were you on a Star Cruiser?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
What's this? What is what? He asked you a question. What is that?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Oh, he says it's nothing, sir. Merely a malfunction.
Only 2 characters appear in all 6 of the Star Wars films, and C-3PO is the only one we can understand. He's the anxious but faithful protocol droid who accompanies the Skywalkers on their epic adventures, often wandering into trouble and always concerned.
He's not finished yet.
He's wonderful.
He's a protocol droid to help Mom. Watch.
Where is everybody?
Oops. Yeah.
Oh, hello. I am C-3PO, Human Cyborg Relations. How might I serve you?
He's perfect.
Oh, perfect.
3PO was built by the young Anakin Skywalker on Tatooine and follows him through the first 3 films, then becomes Luke's companion for the next 3. So, when 3PO and Obi-Wan Kenobi meet in Episode 4, why doesn't the droid recognize him? Episode 3 will explain everything.
I'm not sure this floor is entirely stable. Oh, hello. I don't believe we have been introduced. R2-D2, a pleasure to meet you. I am C-3PO Human Cyborg Relations. I beg your pardon, but what do you mean, naked? My parts are showing. My goodness.
The half-pint droid brimming with personality, R2-D2 plays a vital role in the Star Wars story. Princess Leia trusts him with the stolen plans for the Death Star. He leads Luke Skywalker to his first meeting with Obi-Wan Kenobi. He navigates Luke's X-Wing in the attack on the Death Star, and that's just in the first movie.
SAR-2 unit of yours seems a bit beat up. You want a new one?
Not on your life. That little droid and I have been through a lot together. You okay, R2? Good.
And who can forget his classic catchphrase?
Thank you, R2-D2. Padme. Clean this droid up as best you can. It deserves our gratitude.
So there you have it, heroes doing battle against the evil Empire and the sinister Sith. Darth Vader, Darth Sidious, Darth Maul, Emperor Palpatine. But that's another story. But now, to give you a glimpse of all the things I couldn't tell you about, the thrills and surprises in Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, here's a taste of the film.
For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice in the Old Republic, before the Dark Times, before the Empire. A young Jedi named Darth Vader, who was a pupil of mine until he turned to evil, helped the Empire hunt down and destroy the Jedi Knights. Vader was seduced by the dark side of the Force.
Yes, Master.
Rise.
This weapon is your life.
Each culture has to have its own kind of weapon, which reflects the ideology of that particular culture and what they think about and the way they do things. And so you end up with a very large variety of different kinds of weapons that exist in this fantasy world. Drama is conflict. Conflict means violence of one kind or another, something that we live with and something that we should be familiar with since it's part of our daily life.
This will be a hand pistol. So this is the size of a hand pistol, so as you can see, they've got rather large hands.
And the next step will be to make a 3D mock-up of that and then progress from there to the final prop.
Because Star Wars is such a... nobody's supposed to know about what we're up to. Basically, we literally have to make everything in-house. You know, there's a lot of us that want to get it right.
This one, it was sculpted by one of the sculptors downstairs. That's the organic look to it. One of these was made, again approved by George Lucas, and then we've produced 6 or 7 of them.
We started off with that to get a size. So there's your handle, being starting to work on.
The gun has always signified modern society and modern weaponry and sort of the more impersonal kinds of fighting, which is personified by the droids and the clones, ultimately.
So that's what you end up with. You unscrew that, take it out, and there you have it, a gun.
So here is a very, very light one made of just light resin that they can fling around. It's not particularly strong.
This is the foam one. I'll show you that. No, don't. Yeah, like that. It just snaps. You didn't make that very well, did you?
Here's a heavier, tougher version made of resin. And I think somewhere around here there's a rubbery version for stunts. So when they're flying through the air or whatever they're doing, they'll carry a rubber version of the guns, so, you know, just so they don't hurt themselves.
General Grievous's droid gun. Right. I mean, there's another possibility of a droid clone pistol. It's like an exhibition. You know, we lay everything out that we've made. I mean, I've got a runner downstairs and made a beautiful gun, and that's one of the guns that were chosen by George, you know. Good.
I like that. Very nice.
Wookiee handgun. It's just literally one-handed. We've got the bigger version for...
Oh, that's right. I'm not a Wookiee.
He's so big. I'm in awe of him as a director. I think he's fantastic, you know, because he's just a great guy, you know, and he appreciates the work you do.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. Looks great.
The boys get a chance to actually be more creative, which is great. It's boys and their toys, you know, what can I say? And what's your name?
Brad.
That's Brad.
Now here, it's about the pole having an energy beam in the middle of it that could block lightsabers.
Well, yeah, I'll show you how that works.
Okay.
I had to think of something that you could fight with a laser sword that we haven't done before, but it wasn't a laser sword. And so I came up with these staffs that are electric staffs that laser sword can't cut through. Here. There's a ball on the end here, and then the beam goes along here between it. If you got a laser sword that'll cut through anything and do anything, then you're sort of stuck. It's like Superman. Superman without kryptonite wouldn't work.
General Grievous bodyguard staff, which electrifies in the film, and basically is the only weapon that can't be destroyed by a lightsaber.
The lightsaber has always been there to signify a more romantic time when there was more honor and more virtue in hand-to-hand combat.
If Obi-Wan were to go up for stills, he may take this one, and it would be a close approximation of the hero that he wears on his belt. Whereas when he's fighting, this is Ewan's favourite lightsaber. He's very particular. This is the one he's used pretty much through the whole show. There's everything I need to supply them with all their fighting needs, basically.
So there's your lightsaber inside. Wow. So you pour your resin in, wait for it to dry, and you pull it out, and it's done. And you'll end up with something like that.
After that, it either gets painted or plated. It's fantastic what we've been able to achieve on this film in the type of products that we can now chrome plate, which we couldn't even do on Attack of the Clones. So now we can actually chrome plate rubber. So this is actually a stunt saber, and it's a rubberized chrome version. So, yeah, pretty impressive stuff.
So this is the one that Alec Guinness had, basically?
Yes.
So this is basically Luke's.
Yes.
Anakin Luke.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Darth Vader.
That's Darth Vader's.
Okay. So all I have to do is get rid of this one somehow.
Yeah.
Your father's lightsaber. This is the weapon of a Jedi Knight. Not as clumsy or random as a blaster. An elegant weapon, but a more civilized edge.
The greatest thing about the story of Episode 3 is it fills in that void that we've all missed about what was going to happen. I mean, this is what makes the whole 6 films come together.
I see you have constructed a new lightsaber.
Thank you very much.
You guys get all the toys.